This is just a short video, I hope, of how I clean my tin koi tank. It has an under gravel filtration, and I use a thing called underwater vacuum. I start a vacuum by a siphoning action. There's a one-way valve at the top, and if I shake it like that, it will actually drag water out of the aquarium and outside of my house. And notice down here, there's some dirt coming up out of the gravel. And what I do, look how much more dirt is coming out there, is I vacuum all of the gravel in the aquarium as I pull the water out. And I'm going to lower the water level using the underwater vacuum. And if I shake it up and down like that, the gravel all the way down at the bottom of the gravel bed even gets to be cleaned of soil and debris. And it allows the gravel to hold some of the debris and dirt that naturally occurs when you have 10 large fish in such a small aquarium. And the nitrification of the bacteria is very important. And you can see more dirt coming up there. And the under gravel filtration, I've broken loose some that was under the filter plate in the bottom. It's not to be worried about. It's going to be really dirty like this as I go across and clean all the gravel until the water no longer comes out of the under gravel tubes that go underneath the gravel throughout the bottom of the aquarium. I just continue this process, and the koi are not too frightened, but they're a little bit not at ease. You can see them just swimming around milling and wondering, what? I want you to feed me. I have a problem with one of my koi. It actually has a little bit of fin rot on the bottom of his tail. This guy here, my wife will film him, and possibly you can see the bottom of his tail is actually rotted off. And I don't think it's going to be a serious infection. I'm hoping that more frequent partial water changes will increase the water quality and allow his natural ability to fight off that fungus or whatever is causing his tail rot to be cured with just more water quality. Rest assured, this is not, I might have done too long between water changes here, but I'm about half done, and I've got about 1/5 of the water gone. I'm only going to suck water out to about this level here, and then I will stop, and that will be a partial. Now what I did there, I actually lost my vacuum, but my hose is 50 feet long, and when I stick it back in the water, you can see it dragging up water from the aquarium, and then it continues the siphoning action without me using the one-way valve at the top of this underwater vacuum. This is just absolutely a required piece of equipment if you have an under gravel filtration system. But I feel that the under gravel filtration system is vastly superior to, as far as nitrification bacteria, to anything else in the market. Every piece of gravel in this entire aquarium substrate has nitrification bacteria on it, which counteract the ammonia that's comes out of the fish waste. Every time they poop, they break it up, and all this material in the water here is probably fecal material from the koi that has been broken up in the gravel or underneath the gravel filtration system. As you can see, I'm still getting quite a bit of dirt out of that gravel. It doubles as a filter medium also. The gravel can actually hold a great deal of the debris that's in the water when it's cleaner. And after I'm done vacuuming it, the underwater bubbling system, the bubbles in the back are fed by an air pump, and it drags air up the filter tube and from underneath the gravel, and it pulls water through the gravel, sort of like a vacuum cleaner pulls. With electricity, they have a fan, but instead of a fan, it uses an extremely efficient method of moving water, and that's with a bubble traveling up in the filter tubes and back into the aquarium. It just is a constant circling of water around and around and around. Now I've done just about a half of a water change. I'm only going to go down just a little bit more, and then I'm going to call it quits on this aquarium. And sometimes I need to pinch the hose to get the sand or gravel to come out. And just got a little bit more here, and then I'll have the gravel clean enough for another couple weeks. I probably should do another partial water change in probably every week with this many koi in this aquarium, but believe it or not, I'm not doing a partial water change on these visibly healthy looking, happy koi. Almost all of them, even Gravel Eater. Which one is he? He's the one that's lost part of his tail. He's the one that actually eats gravel when I feed him, and he gets too heavy and he doesn't even float. Right now, he spit out all the gravel that was in his stomach or wherever, and they're swimming actually. He's swimming quite naturally. I think it has something to do with the need to digest the food, because he only does it when I put floating pellets into the water. And just as soon as I do that, he grabs a couple pellets of food from the surface of the water, and then he goes down and eats gravel. And so I think that this pretty much concludes this part of the process. Now I have well water, and I'm going to put in softened well water and fill this back up again. And that's a rather slow process, but it's the next step to this process. And I'll just take this vacuum cleaner and do this aquarium down here. Thank you, honey. I'm going to change the water in this one, do a vacuum cleaning system. So this concludes this part of the video, and I hope to show the koi eating in the next part that I attach to this part of the video. This next part of the video, I will be filling the koi tank up with well water. I'm real lucky that I don't have chlorinated water. And I have adjusted the other end of this hose to the area underneath the sink, and I have precisely located the handles on the outlet there so that the water would be not 54 degrees, but more like room temperature for the koi. I don't have a heating system in this tank, and what this will do is it will fill the tank up with well water, and then I'll do another little short video showing whether the koi are upset with their new water change or whether they're calm. I'll throw some food in there, say maybe 5 minutes after I have the tank filled, and we'll see if they go into normal feeding behavior or not. I'll put a little bit of pelleted food into the water so you can see if their activity is back to normal. I'm just emptying this aquarium down below here, and they've only been, oh yeah, they're going up already to feed. There they go. My goodness gracious. They don't mind a partial water change. That was a large partial water change. But I hope you enjoyed this little video. The water in the aquarium will start to clear up even more after the debris is sucked down into the gravel bed. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like, and a thumbs down if you don't like. Have a good day. Be healthy.